If you are someone who's used to being always the strong one, the reliable one, the one who has to be there for everyone else, and sometimes you feel like, okay, but what about me? Then this video is for you. I have spent most of my life acting from this identity, from this mask of being the one who can do it all since a really young age. And I know that if you feel like that, it's probably because at some point during your childhood or during your early years, you realize that you will have to do things by yourself. You will have to solve things and you will have to be the strong one for others because probably something was going on around you. So when you take that identity early on and when you spend most of my life living from that, most of your life living from that identity, a couple of things start happening. At some point in your, probably in your 20s, late 20s, early 30s, you're going to realize that living like that is not loving towards yourself. That you are there, you are the one who is always available, the one who always will fix anyone's problems. But at some point, you will realize that that's a weight that you might not want to carry anymore. And you will start realizing how you tend to see everyone else as a little bit like incompetent. I know that word might sound a little bit rough, but you know what I mean. Especially if you are the oldest child, I'm sure that it's kind of like it's hard to see people struggling. So you feel like people won't solve things the same way that you will do them, or fast as you could, as fast as you could, as yeah, as good as you could. So you end up doing the things alone. But it is, of course, it's good, it's valuable to be there for others, to help others. And I know that that dynamic might be more present in family situations or even with your friends. But that, when the time goes by, at some point you start realizing that that is not, again, loving towards yourself, that it's not good for yourself. And that is actually taking all your own creative and loving energy away from you, away from the things that you desire, from the things that you want. And you are putting all or most of that energy into satisfying other people's need, supporting others, meeting everyone else's expectations. And at the end of the day, when you do that, the more that you do that, the more that you start to be disconnected from yourself. The more you are always there for others, the more that you are always doing what everyone else expects from you, the more that you disconnect from your own desires, from your true desires, from the things that come directly from your heart, from your intuition, however you want to call it. Because you start creating this sense of that of worthiness, like you are worth it as long as you are that person. You are worth it as long as you are there for everyone else. You are worth it as long as you are useful towards the people around you. And here's what I think most people get wrong about this. And I think this happens a lot more with us women, honestly. I think for some men it's true too. So, yes. But I think it happens a lot more with us because, in general, we have been taught from really early on to not be selfish. That's one of the number one messages that we hear since we are a kid, especially women. You are not meant to be selfish. You have to be selfless. You have to be the kindness. You have to be the most loving at your own expense, at the expense of your own feelings, of your own dreams. It doesn't matter. Your number one job is to be there for others. And that is BS. That is not true. Because when you base all your life, all your identity in just being there for others, what happens is that the stakes are always higher. You always need to be doing more. You need to be there more, to make more time, to put more energy on that. Because when the people around you get used to you being the one that is going to solve everything, it's really hard to get out of that identity. It's really hard to step out of that role. And a lot of questions will come your way when you start doing that. But guess what? You cannot save other people. And as hard as that might sound, it's something that I had to practice and I had to learn for myself along along my whole life, because when my mom got sick, she always struggled with mental health issues, and there was a point where I felt like I was breaking myself in order to try to make her heal, to try to make her feel good, offering all the options available, offering to do whatever to take her. They are here to try this and try that. And at some point, I remember that she looked me into my eyes and she told me, I don't want to get better. And it is hard, it is a hard pill to swallow, but you cannot help others if they don't want to help themselves. You cannot save others. At the end of the day, it's your life, and you are the only one who can, at some point, take responsibility for it or not. It's your choice. But I know a lot of you, because I did it too, are dragging ourselves around trying to save these people, to save everyone, to be amazing with everyone, to be generous with everyone. And we end up forgetting about ourselves. We end up forgetting to take care of ourselves, to take care of our dreams, of our needs. And here is something really powerful, and it's something that I've been practicing a lot, because of course it's not easy. It's not easy to accept that. It's not easy to step outside of that role of being the problem solver. It's not easy to see the people that you love just not wanting to change or get better, and having to accept that. It's really hard not to say yes to everything, to set some boundaries. It's really hard, I know it. But here's what I've learned after I actually started to say no, and I started to realize and to really accept that at the end of the day, it's not my job to save others. And what I learned is, you know, that saying that you cannot pour from an empty cup. I know it's really cliche, but honestly, most cliche things have a point. They are cliche because there is some truth to that. And when you don't tend to your needs first, when you don't tend to your dreams first, when you don't tend to your self care, you're just going around really empty yourself, trying to put into other people's cup. And that is exhausting. It's exhausting physically, it's exhausting mentally, it's exhausting emotionally. And if you are feeling exhausted, maybe it's time for you to think about when was the last time or how frequently do you pour into your own cup? What do I mean by this? How frequently or when was the last time that you did something just for yourself? Just because you wanted to, just because it's fun, just because you wanted a day off and you went and, I don't know, could be whatever, went for a long walk without your phone, have a day and a date alone, and you went to a restaurant and ordered your favorite food. You spend 1 hour reading that book that you've been wanting to read for weeks, but there's always something coming. There is always gonna be something else if you don't make time for yourself. Let me repeat that. There is always gonna be something else to fill that space if you don't prioritize yourself, if you don't do things for yourself alone. If you are not a little bit selfish, there's always gonna be someone who needs something from you. Always. Always. The requests are never gonna stop coming. But you can choose to set a boundary and to create some time and space for yourself. Because again, at the end of the day, it's you, it's your life, it's your happiness. And also, have you realized how people who are naturally, not naturally, but people who are mostly happy and people who are mostly really enjoying their life and doing the things that they love, how that people, when you are in contact with them, they uplift you, they make you feel better. They, even if you're having a bad day, even if you're in a bad mood, I'm sure you have those people that you just talk to them and your whole day gets more bright. And here's the thing, the same way goes with people who are always in a bad mood or are always depleted or they always tired. I'm sure you know, or maybe it's you that you feel like you're always tired, always exhausted. And when you're around people that are always tired and overexhausted, even if they want to help, most of the times it's not really helpful because you see that the other person is just struggling as much as you. And here is where that taking care of yourself first, making yourself happy first, is actually not only good for you, but it's good for everyone around you because everyone will notice it. Because when you uplift yourself, you will uplift all the rooms that you are in. You will uplift all the people that you have around. And you are going to start being that positive force because you are happy yourself, because you are tending to your own happiness, to your own joy, to your own love, compassion, care, all the things that you always are putting into other people. When you start putting them back to you first, not only, but first, your whole relationship with people would change. And of course, there's going to be people that are not going to like it. And they are going to fight back. And they're going to want the old you back. And yes, probably those are the people that benefited the most from your lack of boundaries, from your lack of self love, from your lack of awareness of what are the things that you wanted and the things that you desire and your dreams. So, good. Good that they are mad. Good that they are maybe not talking to you anymore. And I know it's hard, but it is necessary. It is necessary if you want to reclaim your energy, if you want to reclaim your time and your life, honestly. And I know it might sound harsh and it might sound like it's super selfish to do that. But honestly, at least personally in my life and with my clients, with the ones that I work with, I'm seeing them shining and I'm seeing them feeling good about themselves, like going after their dreams, building amazing relationships because they stop policing everyone else. They stop just being around and like tending to everyone else's needs first. They started to take care of their own. They started to love themselves. They started to really, really get to know themselves. And they committed to create a life that they love, that they're not gonna regret a couple of years from now not having done these things. And they have their energy back. They have their life force back. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see when other women can reclaim their power. And I see it with myself too. It's beautiful to see how much more energy, passion, and again, how much of myself I have now to put into others, but because I'm always putting into myself first. So I really hope this video helps you to maybe get a new perspective about it and to start really asking yourself, are you putting into your own cup? Are you taking care of yourself? And if not, maybe start thinking about like small ways that you can do that every single day. It's a daily task. It's a daily thing. You have to choose yourself every single day. There's no other way around it. Sending you so much love and see you tomorrow.